Hey everybody, welcome to my usual me, and welcome back to Ancestors: The Humankind Odyssey, where there's been a lot of questions about whether or not you should jump generations or when you should evolve, and I'll see if I can cover it as far as what I've understood in the game so far. All right, I'm laying down on the bed. Let's go ahead and go into our brains right fast. Now, as you do things, as you experience things, as things happen to you in the game, your neurons are going to mature. And when they mature, then they're going to light up and you can connect them, right? So once you've connected them, then you have things that look like this. There's a neuron that's been initiated already. It's already been matured. And now I can go and I can, if I have enough neural energy, I can go ahead and I can get that to connect. There we go. I learned the ability of stripping. Success rate of an alteration without a tool is increased. All right, so now what's going to happen is if I jump a generation now, that neuron which is glowing will go away. I mean, I'll still have it. It'll still look like this, but I'll have to get more neuronic energy to connect it again, and I'll have to do that time and time again unless you reinforce it. If once you reinforce it, you will keep it after the next generation. So how fast should you skip generations? It depends on how many children you have. If you have 6 children, then learn until you have 6 of these glowing dots that are connected. Then reinforce them, and then skip a generation. If you only have 4 children, like I do, then when you have 4 items that are glowing, that's when you're going to want to do that. We're going to go ahead, and I've got another stripping right here. So we're going to go ahead and connect that. If I have enough neural energy. If I don't, I'll have to go do some stuff before and discover some things or craft some things. Okay, I do have enough. So now, that's good. Okay, I just fired off another neuron. Now that's 2 that I can go ahead and reinforce for the next generation. So how fast should you skip generations? It depends on how many children you have. My first 2 generations, I had 6 children each. So 6 neurons, connect them. When they're glowing, then go ahead and reinforce them, skip a generation, and then start again. And then make more babies, and then learn new stuff, and then reinforce and skip a generation, and on and on and on. Now, I lost a female somewhere along the lines to unknown causes, so now I only have 2 breedable females, so now I only have 4 children, so I only have 4 reinforcements per generation. So I'll learn 2 more things, and we will skip another generation. That is how I decide how fast I'm going to skip generations now. It wasn't like that in the beginning of this series. I was learning all the things, and I was excited, and I learned too many things, and then I realized I had to back up, and it took me longer to continue because I was losing all this extra stuff, so it made more work for me. So that's going to make it easier for you. Hope that helped you out. Now, the next question is, when should I evolve? Well, the answer is, it's completely up to you. Now, the original thought was we only had 5 jumps before we were locked into wherever we were, but that's not true. I've actually went and I started a new playthrough and I tested it, and I actually just jumped 7 times. So that is not a thing. So if you're hearing that somewhere, it's not a thing. When you do an evolution, you will go and be put into another camp. There's a chance you might stay in your same camp, but it's random, and there's only a handful of camps and they'll put you in and do it a different camp most likely. So you're going to go ahead. You're only going to evolve down the timeline as much as you've experienced the game. So if you've only done a little tiny bit, like I've done 22% of the feats, and that got me down to 9,071,298 years from 10 million years. And that actually was far enough along that I became Tumai. And we became the Tumai. So that's the next form in the line. And so there are 5 forms in the game. You have the original hominid, you have the Tumai, and I forget the other ones, but I think you end up with the Lucy form is the last one, I believe, but I'm not sure because I haven't gotten that far, but that's the rumor. But also it's a rumor. So take that with a grain of salt. So what's going to happen is you can evolve as many times as you'd like. We do know that because I tested it. And so you're not going to advance to a new form until you've done enough in the game to warrant that new form, which means you have to go down the evolutionary chain. So what it's going to be is, I think the 3rd form is going to be around 500,000 years ago. So you have to do quite a bit to get to the 3rd form. And of course, it's going to be more and more work as you go down the road to get to that final form. I jumped 7 times and I was still an ape. I couldn't put one stick into another hand, and I still didn't evolve at all as a creature. So, because I didn't do anything in the game to warrant it. So the developers have made sure that you have ample gameplay opportunity to become the creatures that you want to become, but you have to play their game to be able to do that. So it really, when to evolve, that's completely up to you. You're going to be able to do it multiple times, so don't worry about it. Don't sweat it too awful much. When you get to a new form, you will unlock new things that you can do, obviously, because you're a more advanced species. So you're going to be able to do more things, so more neurons will fire and new things will appear. But I wouldn't worry about it too awful much. For now, I would just go ahead and just play your game the way you want to play it. If you want to evolve, go ahead and evolve. As a matter of fact, if you have a very small tribe, the very next video in this playlist, and the playlist is above you, by the way, top right-hand side of the screen, you can click on it, see all my videos. The very next video in the playlist is going to be, how do I find apes in the world if I have a really small tribe and I need to try to expand my tribe? Because if you only have 2 apes, and one's a male and one's a female, it's not all lost. Anyway, guys, I hope this video helped you out. If it did, give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, please do that right now. As I always say, I am my usual me, you be your usual you, and we'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.